Capricorn North Node, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you haven't, my name is Melissa. We're going to do North Node readings today. And my North Node readings, well, at least right now, my intention is to do these readings quarterly. I may do them more often. I'm not sure yet, but this reading is intended to be quarterly. I pull oracle cards at the beginning of the reading to get an overarching theme or an overarching message. If you want to just watch the oracle messages, you're going to be fine with those. If you want to move into the tarot readings later, I will have timestamps when that starts in the description box below. If you just want to watch the tarot readings, then you can do that. They all are they're very much all flowing together. It's been really wonderful. I've already pulled your oracle cards. Capricorn North Node. It looks like some truth is going to be revealed or come to light. Either maybe you're going to do the truth telling or someone else is going to tell, reveal something to you that may feel, it may rock your world a little bit. I will show you the cards that came up and read out of the books. The one of the oracle decks that I've chosen is The Wild Unknown Archetypes from Kim Kranz. I've got the cards here that have already come out, and Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. Okay, and I will read out of these books for the oracle messages. Okay, so let's look at what the first card that came out. Well, where is it? And Capricorn, you're really gonna need to, it seems that you're gonna need to really harness that, sense of humor that many Capricorns and I believe earth signs have. It can be a little bit of a dark sense of humor. Sometimes it's sarcastic. We don't want to go there. We don't go into the sarcasm. But there is this message here that it's going to be important for you, like the jester. The jesters were always able to tell the truth, the hard truths, couched in kind of like humor because they could see the humor in human foibles and, they could present messages to the king or the queen in ways that were more digestible. So I think this is going to be really important for you as well. The first card that came out is the gem. Okay, and you can see like this beautiful gem kind of amidst it looks like grass, or looks like there's little worms. What else is there? It's down on the earth, okay? Let me read to you what this says. The key words: the diamond, the gold, the inner treasure. When light, unique, shining, generative, and irreplaceable. When dark, envy, greed, and grasping. So I think many of the readings, the North Node readings, have really been about really really expressing, your unique self, what drives you, what lights you up, what you feel passionate about. Some of us are going to have to dig a little bit deeper to get there, and you may be one of those. But I'm not going to read everything because you got 4 cards that came out. But it does say the gem always stands in contrast to its surroundings. You can't find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. Precious stones develop slowly deep in the earth, amid pressure and darkness. Discovering the gem requires a descent beneath the surface where there is no definitive map. Yet the longing to touch the true gem within us is so strong that we cannot help but seek out its radiance. Okay? The moments of your life that glimmer are clues to where the gem resides. Don't covet the sparkling diamond of another. The gem is like a fingerprint, never to be repeated again. Find yours. Okay? So there's that. All right. Then we did get this cookie little card, the comic. Little kitty cat face there with all the colors. Okay. The Joker, the Clown, the Fool. When light, hilarious, ingenious, spirited, and easygoing. When dark, sarcastic, harsh, brooding, or drunk. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails this world. Amidst the deepest pain and suffering, there is always the potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. The comic sees, though dismissed by some as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a highly advanced mind. Some may use the word genius, as humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than to be swept away by the drama. I studied the psychology of humor. My undergrad degree was in English, and I did study the psychology of humor, and this is very true, that it requires a unique perspective. It requires intelligence and obviously a creative mind to be able to see things, put spins on them, where we can see the humor. And those comics that are able to do that, even when looking in painful situations, they're able to elicit a laugh, and that knowing by their collective that is sharing those experiences, and it releases tension. Okay, so if you are going through something that is really difficult, really challenging, potentially rocking your world, try to use and harness your inner comic or your sense of humor for yourself, and if need be, for others. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, using it as material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. Okay, this is really part of, even if you want, if you will, of acceptance. You know, the acceptance piece of being very like mindful and present. Okay. Okay. The third card that came out was the stone. So for me, there is going to be a need for stability, an understanding of what helps you to feel stable during times where your South Node might really want to drag you into a bunch of emotionality and seeking rescue or help from someone else. This is a time for you to be your own rock. Let's see what it says in here. The eternal, the anchor, the rock. As an archetype, when light, steadfast, loyal, committed, and present. When dark, weighted down, holding back, or cold. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go. Therefore, it contains an ancient and eternal presence. You know, and therefore, very Capricornian, you know, therefore, it's been around the block a few times, like it can see the humor in something. It can take a step back, right, and remain stable and sound because, you know, these things happen, let's say. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Okay. And the final card was Apocalypsis. Okay. So really something needs to or is going to come to an end in order to be reborn, rebuilt, restructured. Now, is this something, that we're seeing on a global scale? Yeah. Is it something that you're going to experience in your own life? Potentially, right? Removing, that's the key words, removing the veil of deception. And when in light, the unknown becomes known and guides the way. When dark, nihilism, fatalism, and hopelessness. Apocalypsis indicates a particularly painful time, one that unfolds when two disparate dynamics occur simultaneously, pulling the psyche in seeming opposite directions. The first is a lifting of the veil. This means truths that have been kept in the dark are revealed, seen, and unearthed. No matter how relieving it is to witness them come into the light, an element of despair and grief follows. The second dynamic is the regeneration that comes from the wreckage of the revealed truth. Okay, all kinds of things will be revealed during a time of apocalypsis, from big global lies to little ones that lace the bedroom sheets. Brace yourself for the horse of truth to storm your every field. Okay, and so it's important. Stability, stability, stability. Not to get swept away, by, oh, why is this happening to me? Why are these things happening? Oh, woe is me. How can you do this? How could this be happening? No. Stable, take a step back, be very objective, and just kind of maybe, again, not everything can be taken initially, can be seen through the lens of, the comic, but it's easier to do if you can take a step back out and maybe observe yourself, observe the situation, and allow yourself to process it rather than getting all discombobulated. Okay. Now, the one and only card that came out from the Wisdom of the Oracle is Truth Be Told in the protection position. So here it is. Okay. Upright. It's number 14, so that resonates to number 5, so that means change. Change is here. Okay, in the protection position. Where are you being dishonest with yourself or others? If you're unhappy in any area of your life, look for signs of denial. This can also pertain to others being misleading or withholding or acting from hidden agendas. Now is the time to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask for the truth. Even if you don't like what you hear, acknowledging it will be key to a beautiful new future where you no longer labor under the heavy burdens that deceit and denial oppose upon you. Set yourself free. Nothing less than truth is required now. Okay. And I will read the bottom of the deck. And that was interesting. This card has not come out for me since I've had this deck, and I love it. It's why. The question why. I use this a lot. Okay. Essential meanings, motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The Oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most important, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. Wait, how did that sentence go? Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. Oh, okay. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. So, be clear on why you are, again, as an observer, why you are thinking something. Why are you acting a certain way? What are the feelings that are coming up? Where are they coming from, right? Okay. So that, I'm going to leave these oracle cards out here so I can refer to them and remember what our overarching message is. And we're at 15:45. Okay, so I'm going to do the tarot reading, and I've already shuffled these cards. Just give them one more. So let's look at what your current challenges are, Capricorn North Node. Current challenges. For any of you that are interested in which cards at the bottom of the deck from the, that's too many cards, I'm not taking that. From the unknown, the wild unknown oracle archetypes deck. Good Lord, I can't talk. Okay, I'll take them, fine. Okay, so bottom of the deck. Here we go, straight off the back. Straight off the bat. Wow. FYI, we are in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, so communication, issues, speaking, yeah. All right. Truths can be revealed, okay. Deception can come to light. Be careful of deception. But you have Page of Swords here. Okay, and swords are mental and verbal energy. So, he's looking back in this direction while the sword, the message, the truth is he's holding in this direction, right? In the direction that the wind is blowing. So, what's that about? Let's see. There was an oh, Lord. Okay, there was an insistence to take these cards. Interesting. Well, we've got the Ten of Swords. No one likes to see that card, but let's see if we can. Get a little bit more clarity. Oh, I knew it. Well, I was reading these oracle cards. I was like, well, I'm sure Seven of Swords, maybe even Two of Swords is going to come up. Maybe the Tower. I don't know, but okay. We've got the Ten of Swords. We've got the Page of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords and the Two of Cups. Okay. Now, let me take a second to look at these. So this is in your challenge position right now. Wow, I don't even know where to go. Okay, it looks to me like something has ended, right? 10 is an ending and a beginning, 1 and 0, right? So within the number 10 is the end of this guy, right? I mean, how many swords does it take? I guess 10 in this case. So when there's finally an acceptance, if something is over, now we're at a place where a new beginning can emerge. It's when we won't allow that thing to die, right? stick a fork in it, or 10 swords, that we create indecision and anxiety and fear and, you know, never ending woe is me issues. Okay. So the positive side of this is that it looks like this has happened. Or at least there's maybe even a knowing that this needs to happen. Okay. And we see the sun rising up here. Okay. It's the dawn of a new day. It's still bleak. It's still tough. You know, they haven't taken away the body, but the sun is rising. Okay. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at these two together. There could have been a very almost superficial or very early or preliminary offer of love, of interest, of romance. He's very sort of young energy, Lance romance, in love with love, playful with the little fish looking at him, you know, coming out. But what I always notice about this card is that, or what sticks out to me about this particular card is, I don't think I've seen, and maybe I need to take some more time to go back and look through, but I don't think I've seen, or there aren't any cards that stick out to me like this one, in that there's no land, there's no thing, there's no object, there's nothing in the background here. It's just water. It's emotion. It's nothing static, nothing stable, nothing real, nothing tangible. And so, sure, an offer of love, playfulness, romance, that can be fun, right? So maybe there has been a offer after the ending of something. But I'm not sure at this point that there's any real sense of reality, or what's the word I want? Or oh my God, there's a word that I want. There's not much substance. Okay. Now the next card is the Seven of Swords. And he's moving, it's so odd, right? He's tiptoeing, right? Sneaky, sneaky in this direction. And yet again, very reminiscent to this, he's looking over his shoulder. At what? An offering. I feel like there's of love. I would say right now, this is very Neptunian energy too. It's Pisces. I would say that if it's you that is not quite being 100% honest inside of like an offer to maybe engage and start a relationship, that you listen to what these cards are asking you to at least consider, that this is not a time for you to be deceptive. It's a time for you to really be honest with yourself and with another person. Likewise, if you are engaging or someone has made an offer of love, for you to be, playful with it, but understand that, you might not have all of the details. You might not have all of the truth about this particular situation. Who is this person that's looking backward? There could still need to be some healing in, or, you know what? Let me look at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. I don't know. I think whether it's you or the other person, there could be like lingering thoughts or feelings, things that need to be healed or said from a previous relationship or a current relationship, or maybe even a dream of another relationship, right? So maybe whatever's being offered just doesn't feel like it's enough, right? It's just not all that I want, or all that you want, right? Okay. And so it's important not to be wishy-washy. It's important to be present and to create the life, the relationships that you want by making your choices, by making choices to say yes or to say no. When something presents itself, we can't have other people choosing for us when we're creating our life. You are the gem, and you're going to have to dig deep to understand what's happening right now. And you have a right to your unique desires and imaginings of what this would look like for you. This is joy and celebration. This is stability after, really putting yourself out there, putting your ideas out there, doing the work. It's celebration, right? It's also, for me, it's a doorway, okay? You can see that they're going to march through this little doorway, this little portal. It's 11, 11, okay? So we may have some karmic things going on here. Yeah. Well, that's the sword energy. Okay, so we've got, this is for the strengths position. What are the current strengths? Okay, 8 of Wands. Ooh, nice. Queen of Pentacles. The Hierophant. And the Sun. Essentially what I just said, by just showing you this, is, kind of what I'm thinking about these cards, okay? What's popping out to me right now is all the red in these cards, okay? This person is dressed in it's not quite bright, vibrant red. There's some orange in there. So for me, She's not stable, right? She's got some limiting beliefs, but she's not as caged in as she believes. They're just beliefs. They're things that can easily be changed or tested or confronted or, looked at. And kind of what's binding her, I always think of, the brides that play that game where they make a bride's dress of toilet paper. I mean, she can cross it off. There's nothing really, this is all in her head that she's caged in. She could break free at any time. Okay? And so there could be a need to work on, look at, beliefs about being alone, about, fears of doing things on your own, self-esteem, kind of issues. Okay. Then the next card here is the Queen of Pentacles with the Hierophant and the Sun. Now, today, looking at these cards, what's really sticking out to me is all the red. Okay? This is a sense of being rooted, rootedness, safety, security, trust, family, even tribal stuff. This person is confident in their ability to create the life that they want. This is a nurturing person, but their nurture for you, what is important is to learn to nurture yourself. To create your abundance by being grateful for what you already have, for the, she's kind of a businesswoman as well, for what you've already created, what you've already manifested in your life, what more you want to create in your life. This is spirituality, morality, ethics, marriage, any of those things that require that kind of spiritual stamp of approval. So, what is important to you from a higher perspective? Yeah. What is your why? And we've got this red kind of scarf. It's winding up like the red Kundalini energy. Enlivened, this baby, like, is full of, this is a card of joy, of following your bliss. For me, any white animal is spirit, and horse is oftentimes a symbol of spirit and forward movement and being free. What lights you up? What gives you a sense of being free and playful and joyful, while also being grounded in, some of these other energies? Will you create from a space of your joy, your bliss, your passion, your childlike awe of all that is available to you right now? Or will limiting beliefs and insecurities keep you stuck and looking over your shoulder and, settling? It's kind of what I feel like right now. I'm going like this, like, just settle. Okay, we'll do it that way. No, challenge this. And it's in your strengths position. So there is some reason that you already know that this is about a belief system that you have got to work through. Change in perspective. Right? Okay. Your strengths position looks amazing to me. Wow. Okay. What are the tendencies? And of course, come on, Capricorn North Node. Absolutely it would. What are the tendencies to leave behind for Capricorn North Node? Capricorn North Node. What are the tendencies to leave behind? What are your ideas of marriage even? What are your, maybe some of the thoughts that are keeping you stuck have to do with limiting beliefs around relationships, around, marriage, around maybe, where are you supposed to be at this point in your life? What does marriage look like? If you want to leave or get out of a marriage, are you feeling stuck by old programming, old messages that need to be obliterated, right? Or come to light? Well, let me stop. Okay, there it is. So let me stop talking so I can get a card. All right, so we've got a new opportunity coming here. Tendency. Let's see. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Is there tendencies to leave behind? Well, we have an offer here, okay? An offer in your material world. Could be a new job, could be money, could be offer for a relationship, but it's material, okay? It's something that if you choose to take this, it will provide you, and you walk this path through this gate. And again, the gate goes both ways. So you've walked this path, potentially, or you're going to take another chance and walk this path back through the gate. The mountains are stability. Okay. Yeah, and I see lilies right now in the foreground here. So potentially some healing, resurrection type stuff, Maybe you've been through a process of healing and, now it's time to come back. But why would these be in the tendencies to leave behind? Okay. We got the Queen of Swords. Now, I see her as a truth teller. I see her as someone who doesn't play around. She knows the truth. She can handle the truth. She can dish out the truth. But she'll give you a second helping, right? She doesn't play around with this. She cut herself free from this. But she can be a little bitchy. A little my way or the highway. A little too honest, brutally honest. Like I said, I mean, she doesn't play. So if we were looking at something to leave behind, it could be, you know, the sense that it's your way or the highway, or in order to begin something or accept something, it has to fit your way, and there's not like a whole lot of room for the other person. And this is a fine dance for you. It's a fine dance for everyone. Okay. To understand, like, there has to be a little bit of narcissism in me, so I'm not a doormat. I'm not always giving. There's not lots of codependency here. But I also have to be able to see you for who you are and what you need. And, you know, if it ruffles my feathers, or I feel like, oh, then I'm going to be up on myself and you're not taking care of me. And, well, that's not okay. Capricorn North Node, you are here to be very independent, to take care of yourself, to not freak out when situations arise that require you to be independent and take care of yourself. Okay, how does this look? So this is what this looks like. I don't know how you're seeing this. Anyway, this is a very slow moving night, bringing in an offer, moving slow, steady. Maybe this is about letting go of being too cautious to make an offer, to speak your truth, to create what it is that you want to create. That South Node in Cancer, you know, they can be a little sidewindery, like they're not necessarily very direct. And maybe, you know, this is about learning the balance of being direct but not too pushy, or just needing only your agenda or your needs to be met, or you know, being too cautious, too slow. Not really jiving on this as far as what to leave behind, but this is what's coming out for me. So let's get clarifiers. Why is the Queen of Swords here for Capricorn North Node? Tendency to leave behind. Okay, so one thing that just came to me is let me just put this down for a second. This card, the Hierophant, is Taurus, okay? And I see this card as Taurus. It's slow moving, okay? But it's very stable. What it builds, it does move slowly, but it's going to last the test of time, right? Now, this Taurian energy is looking this way with his back towards the queen, towards the truth teller. Maybe there's something that you want to say to this Taurian, too slow, moving too slow energy, right? Maybe you need to leave that alone. Maybe leave the offer. Maybe he's offering you something and it's just moving too damn slow. Yeah? Queen of Swords. Maybe you just don't trust it, right? Remember the challenge card? Prince of Cups. So young Scorpion energy. And again, the Kundalini, the snake, rising up. Passion. Starting to bubble up here. Emotions, cups. Okay, kind of thinking. What's the Knight of Pentacles? Why is the Knight of Pentacles here? I feel like the Queen of Swords is like, what have you done for me lately? Like, I need something more. I need a little. I mean, come on, right? All right. Okay. So, bottom of the deck is the Death card or Scorpion transmuting, right? Transmutation. I got to get through this reading. I'm going pretty slow. But you got the 10 of Wands, okay? Struggle. Saturnian energy as well, which is ruled by Saturn rules Capricorn. So we've got some, okay. 7 of Cups. This can be about fantasies, also about delusions. Again, we've got to be aware of this Neptunian energy here. And 9 of Cups. Okay, wishes, but they're not quite, they're fulfilled, but there's not quite that other person there, right? So, yeah. I think it's just leaving behind this belief that if there is somebody there in your life that is moving super slow-mo or has come to a dead stop or just doesn't even seem to be hearing what you're saying, and you're feeling kind of a little like, let's get something going, I'm kind of wanting more, I'm like, I'm feeling ready to get her groove back, get your groove back, you know, I think you just have to let go of the fantasy that relationships have to be hard. They don't. Do you want to be in a relationship that has to be that hard? That slow? No. Okay. And what to focus on for your growth and the collective. Okay, so we're always looking at the North Node as, you know, sort of my why, right? Why am I here? The healing that we do, the journey that we take is not only ours, but it is for, you know, the collective. Okay, Page of Pentacles. What do I want? Where do I want to plant what I want? Where do I want to grow it? What is this offer? Do I want to take it? What is the seed? And what do I want to grow from this seed? Out of grief and out of sadness, out of change, out of walking away from one thing that was kind of, remember I was like, it was okay, but it's not enough. And I'm walking towards wishes fulfilled. I'm walking towards this 9 of Cups. I'm leaving the 8 of Cups because I know there's more. Bottom of the deck, bottom of the deck. So there's some grief there, of course, because these cups are still standing. I mean, there's still something in there. There's still something that feels loving, fulfilling, worthy. It's just okay, right? So grieving, and then, you know, okay, so what do maybe I've received an offer, or maybe it's just a new opportunity for me. So what do I want to do with this? Where do I want to plant it? What do I want to create? What is my why? Why do I want a relationship? Do I want this relationship? Why don't I want this relationship? Why don't I want a relationship? You know? Why do I want this thing? I mean, I'm saying relationship because we started off with the 2 of Cups in the challenge. But yeah, what do I want to build? Where am I going with my life? You know, what is my path? What is important to me? What am I aligned with ethically and morally? All right, what is the potential block? You know, what am I aligned with ethically and morally? One of the issues for Capricorn North Node is to, I wouldn't necessarily say break free from your family, but there are challenges within family dynamics, oftentimes with Capricorn North Nodes, where you do have to break free. You do have to have that experience so that you can figure out who you are kind of and your capabilities for building your own home and your own life and your own family and what you want for yourself. So, you know, this is, who are you? What is your why? Okay, an impasse at the bottom of the deck. So we're looking at the potential blocks or challenges for you. Prayer. Oh. When life, okay, so we got lemons and lemonade. And it looks like a window with 2 different pathways. One is country, one is city. You know, let's see, let's read. I've never gotten that card. Interesting. Got a couple of cards I've never seen, or I'm sure I've seen them. I've just never, they don't come out very often for me in my readings. So interesting. So this is in your solar chakra. So that's all about willpower, creativity, abundance. Why am I? There it is. So this is a potential block. Okay. Inspiration. Cool lemonade is a reminder that there is always a plan. If you were sidetracked from your path, then you will be guided back to your true calling. Personal inquiry. If my most powerful thoughts are a form of prayer, how can I live in active prayer? Taking action. Key ideas. All prayers are answered. Following where life leads. Being of service and fulfillment. Keywords: clarity, destiny, and authenticity. Right. If you are praying for something, hoping, wishing for something, be clear on your why and then reflect back on what are the action steps that I'm taking to make this happen. If I'm clear on my why and I'm being authentic and I'm living my true calling, what then would my prayer be? Or my destiny, right? And then impasse. So again, we're looking at that orange sacral chakra, which again, there's lots of self-esteem issues, partnership, again, some creativity, impasse. Let's see. This is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you are at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. Personal inquiry. How adaptable am I? What does this card reveal about my feelings and my reaction to delays? Key ideas: change of direction, regroup and refocus, protection from harm, guardian angels. And keywords: wisdom, opportunity, and surrender. Right. Surrender is very much the same as acceptance. Okay. Now, highest possible outcome for Capricorn North Node. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. The bottom, Wheel of Fortune, changing. Okay. Something is changing. Oh, there you go. Taking back your power. Okay. Being empowered, sexual, passionate, alive, abundant, joyous, entrepreneurial, inspired, taking inspired action, but living out loud is kind of what I'm being loud, like living out loud. Now, one of these cards did say, one or two of them said in the oracle cards, that there may need to be some time taken while you figure out your why, while you go through this change. There may be a need for you to take some time to really think about, consider, reflect on, go deep. Okay. And I suppose this could be a choice. You have a choice of how you want to approach this situation. Do you want to live empowered? Or do you want to live this sort of melancholy, oh, woe is me, there's nothing else for me sort of existence, life. You know, do you want to pull yourself up by the bootstraps? You know, you may be at a real choice point here. Okay. But again, there's nothing wrong with taking some time out to just reflect, to think about your why. Okay? It's kind of like it could be looked at as a conscious time out, a conscious pause, a conscious decision to get clear on where you've been and where you want to go. And you know, it's cups, so it's you know, how do I want to feel? It could be, you know, again, about relationship. But we'll get one more message from Metatron for you, Capricorn North Node. Connection and attunement. This came out multiple times in these readings, okay? Connection and attunement. 24. Bring you kind of back in balance. 24 resonates to 6. Okay. Pulling this card is asking you to listen to Metatron's voice speaking directly to you here. Can you feel my joy? Can you feel my majesty? Can you feel me all around you in the simplest and most complex things? I am Archangel Metatron. I am not a stranger to any of you. I have been around each of you since your moment of birth and will be with you in this life till your moment of passing to whence you came. And yes, I am with you in the void between lifetimes as well. I am light, I am color, I am universal power, love, wisdom, and illumination. You ask, how can you reach me? There's no mystery, no complexity. It is about reaching up while you are fully grounded and present. Stone. It's called the stone or the rock. What was that called? The stone. And I will be there. I am light. Many of you are not aware that it is I that held you through the difficult days. I who pushed you to evolve and change. Sometimes you have doubted me and felt me absent, but I have always been there. Through the good times, through the hard times, I am always there with you. At times when you can't feel me, connect via my stream of orange flame light. Ask. It flows down on anyone who asks for it and attunes and connects you to me. I am ready within you, and the orange light reminds you of that. It is a part of you, and it nourishes at all levels your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. Orange is a vibrant light made up of red tones of fire, passion, raw energy, action, and life force. Yet it also contains the yellows and golds of joy, fun, sunshine, alchemy, and wisdom. I mean, that was your reading, right? So I'm going to leave it there. Capricorn North Node, stay in your truth. If you're unsure of it, you know, go within. Okay. Thank you for being here. And if you will take 1 second to just hit like, share, or subscribe, I appreciate you being a part of my path. And I wish you all the best. Be well, Capricorn. Bye-bye.